And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ.
And this is No Rhyme or Review. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy WordPlay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Review podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. I'm excited about this one.
Cool.
We got a excellent single to review.
Yes, we do.
This single is called Autoboto.
Autoboto by who?
By Lupe Fiasco.
I don't know if you said his name right.
You mean Lupe?
It's more like the GOAT.
Okay. By Lupe Fiasco, a.k.a. The GOAT. Bah. Wait a minute. Nah. More like that. That is more goat-like. Lupe, the GOAT, has released Autoboto. It's the first single from his upcoming album. Is it Drill Music
in Zion?
And it's due to be out on my brother's birthday, June 24th.
Shout out Prophet.
2022. And so we wanted to talk about this project and see how y'all feels about it. And there's a few things that we're going to discuss when thinking about this. We're going to discuss first impressions,
Hey.
the production,
Oh yeah.
the lyrics,
Of course.
and the technique.
Check my technique.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, and we're going to talk about first the first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first since I've been talking a lot?
Of course. And I'm going to be concise today, people.
Concisiest Joe.
My first impressions were he's in a bag of
Chips?
metaphors.
Oh.
Bag of metaphors.
I was like, why not chips? But I'm fine that it's not chips now.
I'm just trying to find, like, is there a concept or a through line for the album, which most of his are. He's been saying that this is going to be his Illmatic. So with a single like this, Lupe is Lupeing, and he purposely, this is the first time I've ever seen him.
Can you define Lupeing?
I can.
Okay.
Lupeing is basically anytime you've ever been like, just make it simple. And I'm like, no, that's Lupeing. First impressions were with him doing this lyric video, he is really trying to do something. Also, he's going to be teaching rap at MIT.
Yeah.
To me, I think he finna do a lot in terms of saying, like, I'm that dude.
So my first impression is I feel like we got a taste of this when Lupe released his last kind of project with Soundtrack. So the Lupe Fiasco and Soundtrack
Tape.
Yeah, collaboration called Tape Tape. I really enjoyed that 3-song EP. It was great. And I bumped that riding down our Little Rock streets. And that was fun for me on a visit back home. I enjoyed that energy on Tape Tape. It felt freeing. It felt loose. It felt like Lupe could be himself. And being out of his contract, I believe, makes me feel as if he's ready to be 100% himself. So those two songs, Oh Yes and Apologetic, hands down two of my favorite Lupe songs.
What did you think about the lyric video itself? Because I think he's doing something with that.
That lyric video basically just helps me break down his lyrics, and that's what it is, right? It's for the lay person that doesn't really care about that. So next, production.
Soundtrack. It's Soundtrack. Like, he does not miss with Soundtrack. He just doesn't.
And this album is supposed to be him and Soundtrack exclusively, right?
I believe so.
Okay, that's my belief as well.
One of his tweets was, Soundtrack is a sword maker. I'm just a samurai.
Okay. This one's produced by Soundtrack. Long time collaborated with Lupe Fiasco.
Responsible for Superstar.
What do you think about the production?
He's responsible for Superstar. So I'm excited for any production that Soundtrack does. All soundtrack production with Lupe is exceptional.
The way I think about it is I feel as if his production, Soundtrack specifically, yes, leaves a lot of room, but it leaves a lot of room because it is minimalistic. It doesn't require a lot of layering of instruments. He puts a core melody down and maybe adds a little bit for a hook or a bridge, and then puts some bouncy drums to it. His drums always have a lot of groove and a lot of movement to them, and so I'm pretty impressed by the production. We talked about first impressions. We talked about the lyrics. I think we talked about the production. It's time to go ahead and go to the lyrics, and I'm going to start with the chorus, and I have Genius.com pulled up. According to Genius.com, I feel like I'm a Porsche, I'm a Carrera, holla. That goes back to something that we mentioned on our video that's upcoming about our Lupe Fiasco tier list with the cool. And you brought it up that Lupe has multiple different personalities, and this personality is Carrera Lou.
Yep.
He loves Porsches, and so therefore he is exhibiting Carrera Lou at this moment. It's the flashier version of himself. It's the I don't really give a fuck type of energy. So from the first verse, one deep meditate, one street separate, high to the Crips, goodbye to the Bloods. But it was the Souls, the Lords, and the GDs segregated by the streets in the shy where I was. What did you feel about that?
He's very particular about how he does street references. Lupe has always been calculated in that regard, because if you don't know Lupe, you would not know he's pretty much kind of like a street nerd.
Yeah.
In the fact that he runs or is very connected to the streets. In terms of but how he carries himself, you might get a different perception. And I remember when the kick push people were coming after him, there was a whole point in time where it was like, you should probably leave that boy alone in terms of where you're trying to take this. And I mean, everything got cleared up obviously, but those lines, I think that he's saying something a lot deeper, and it could just be about his past in general, but I think that there was something a little bit more there.
So I don't know. Overall, I enjoyed all of these lyrics and kind of breaking them down. Do you feel like you're in a space where you're ready to play it?
I defend myself in court. This is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and I can tour. I just
Say that bad boy out.
Porsche. I'm Carrera.
Let's talk technique. How'd you feel about the flow? How it's executed?
Technique was flawless. I love Lupe's use of alliteration. Why buy you a tub when the bayou will flood? So I love the alliteration of the way he'll attack things and kind of expand. I could have meant this, but I actually mean this, but it could have mean this. Well, there are a lot of callbacks, I would say, in this song, because it's like dumb it down, the coolest, even Go-Go Gadget flow in a certain way, and he's not twisting completely, but he's using those syllables in a way that just everything slots together in a way that you should be able to rap. Once you start rapping along with the song, you're just having fun.
The way I feel about it is I like the pacing of this. It feels like a sports car, right? It has that cadence and that energy that just kind of moves along.
I'm focused, man.
Like a really high-end vehicle that revs up from the beginning, and then it goes easily from 0 to $120. But yeah, what are some Are there some final thoughts? Any
on the technique?
No, just in general. Like, how do you feel about that? This record.
I'm excited for the album.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's Lupe, so I'm always gonna be excited about the album.
This is a record I would buy just off of the single release. I would buy a CD.
That is an excellent example. I love that because we were born in the 1900s.
We appreciate you listening to our no rhyme or review of Lupe Fiasco's Autoboto. And we will catch you on the next one. A 1 and 2. Peace.